Welcome to Draft Guys, episode 4 of Tarp Talk. It's our mini-series about retro jerseys where we cover all retro jerseys eventually. In this episode, we're going to cover 5 more.
Yeah, and if you like what we're doing, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel. We're talking a lot of reverse retros right now.
So let's get started off with Patrick Kane here on the Chicago Blackhawks with their reverse retro.
Rob, Patrick Kane was out. They were wearing the reverse retro against Detroit. They won 7-2. Patty Kane got his 400th goal, and he was looking good at the ripe old age of 32.
Yeah, for a player that's 32, he ain't slowing down. He has no projection to slow down either. His last 2 seasons have been some of his highest point per totals. And the crazy part is that the team around him is horribly deteriorating, and he's pulling off these great numbers.
Yeah, he's the 100th player in the NHL right now to score his 400th goal. That's sort of a weird stat. And then he's also the 4th Blackhawks player. Right now, currently, point total for American-born players, he is 6th. Okay, he's behind some big names. Mike Modano, Keith Tkachuk, Jeremy Roenick. Do you think he's the greatest American-born player, or do you think he is the 6th?
You know, if he keeps continuing with these point totals, if he keeps dominating the league like the way he is, I definitely see him being the best American-born player because, you know, the names you even rattled off, they're great names, but it's also in a different era of hockey.
Yeah, they all grew up in. Jeremy Roenick was sort of behind a little bit more in the grinder area. Even Mike Modano, he won the cup with the Dallas Stars, but they didn't win 3 cups, right? You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that has won 3 cups, scoring title. This guy is an amazing hockey player, and now he's leading with the Blackhawks currently. I think he's 3rd in the NHL for points. The guy is just absolutely looking great on the ice. Very beautiful reverse retro. I didn't think it was going to look that good when I first saw it out and when they released it at the beginning of the season. But then he wears this jersey. It's got the red. It pays homage to the 1940 Blackhawks team. I think it's a really good, nice jersey.
Yeah, you can't be upset with that jersey. Chicago Blackhawks very rarely has bad jerseys, and they got some pretty hideous combinations of what they do, but it always still looks good for a Blackhawks jersey. They always pull it off. You got that reverse candy striper jersey, and the old one that they use quite a bit, and
that black one just with the old logo, the blackout.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's great. I love it. It still looks good, and Chicago always seems to pull off a great jersey, and no matter how far you go back, it's hard to find one that you'd be upset wearing, in my opinion.
No, I agree. They threw that logo on, the circular logo that's also on the blackout, with the Blackhawks over the top, Chicago under the bottom, the lettering on numbers on the side, highlighted in a nice thin pinstripe red. Overall, just out on the contrast of the white ice, Patty Kane got his 400th goal, and he looked stylish doing it. That is something that he is going to have a photo for sure attached with the game puck for his 400th goal. That's going to be in his basement, in his little man cave for sure.
Yeah, this reverse retro as well. You could carry this on past the reverse retro season because it fits, it works, it looks good. You can keep using it. It's a part of their, it's part of their history now, and it's something you can easily throw back to without it looking ridiculous and standing out. Like some of the other reverse retros we've seen, this one could stick around for a long time and it would not look out of place.
And it's a really good reverse retro to the sweater. That was the original white sweater. It had the red thick 2-inch stripe on the bottom, the red on top, and they just did a whole reverse. They threw black on the main cover. They put red on top, and yeah, it looks good. And the white pinstripe that separates the red to the black, I got to give them credit. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, and it's definitely one of the better jerseys now, I think, that's out of the reverse retro series.
Yeah, it's actually a crazy thing as well, is that for how much I love it, and how much I highly respect this retro jersey, it still doesn't fit into my top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my top 5 from the beginning to where we are now definitely has changed. Just because the top 5 that we had when I first went there, it was based on, hey, this is what it's going to be. But once you see it on the ice, it totally changes. And I think that's a prime example. If you go to back to the February 21st at Lake Tahoe, where Boston and Philly, they both had their reverse retros on. The Boston team took it to the whole next level. They show up to the ice. They're all wearing their 90s jumpsuit. Pasternak had his pink shades out there, practice ice, starting out. And he definitely looked really good.
Is that why they did that? Is that why they dressed in those like back in like the 90s, 80s there? Because when they showed up, I had no idea why they were dressed like that.
Yeah, the jersey they used was the Boston jersey that like the greats like Cam Neely wore. They wore for about 15 years, from 1988 to 1990 during those 2 Stanley Cup runs. It was that jersey that they were reverse retroing. It's a 90s based jersey. And that's why they all showed up in 90s gear. And, and even like afterwards, when Pasternak was talking to the guys, he was still rocking the shades. It was dark out at that point. And then he's like, yeah, I missed out from Barbie Girl. It was pretty funny. So
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I had no idea why they did that. I'm like, oh, look at these jackaloons coming out of the bus.
No, yeah, they wore that uniform, the original, for 15 years. And, they threw that little grungy bear logo is on the shoulder of it. It's the gold jersey. They took the home white jersey, they threw on the gold, the yellow, the Boston yellow, and then they have the old logo. The spoked wheel is not highlighted in the black. It's the old logo that they still have on the jersey, and I like the old logo. It's like very matte and soft. I don't know if you want that on a hockey jersey when you really say the word soft and hockey, but it definitely is a good jersey. I like it. I think Boston nailed it, and not a top 5. It's just a really good jersey. Like, I have no qualms against the jersey.
Yeah, with the Boston jersey, it's nothing special in my books. It's not bad, but it's nothing I'd go out of my way for. But I do feel like there's a missed opportunity there, because you have the Marchand bear. Mm-hmm. Little rat bear. Okay.
Okay.
They used it as a shoulder patch, which I was really hoping it'd be a center crest. And I thought it'd be really cool because with the bear, they split the color, half black, half yellow in the face. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe it'd be cool if they just, in a reverse retro, swapped those highlights on the bear itself and then did maybe like a black jersey or something along those lines. Because I felt like Boston played it really safe. They didn't step out and really take a risk. They knew they didn't build a bad jersey, but I don't think they knew they weren't going to blow anyone's mind. I felt like they just did something simple, something easy. Yeah, I do like the logo they use. That, like you said, that the Boston spoke wheel. It just, you have an opportunity to do something cool here. You got to step out of your limits. You got to step outside your comfort zone. And if you don't like it, you never have to bring it back ever again. It's for this season, right? 4 games or how many games you want to play for. And I thought it'd be really cool if they went with that bear.
Yeah, I could see that. I can understand why they went back. Like they went to a jersey where Ray Bourque, rocked the jersey. And I can see where they went. And Boston, I wouldn't say is really a team that, risks the market, and I can see what they went with, and it was a good choice. And I can see what you're saying for sure. Like, you're saying they should have gone out and like gone a little risky with it. They took that, that grungy bear, threw it as the centerpiece, really like play with the market. Other teams out there like Anaheim and stuff like that, they definitely, played the market. And they could have gone that way for sure. I do hear what you're saying. I think overall it's still just an appropriate jersey.
Yep. Now, they were playing Philly that game, and Philly did the exact same thing. I feel like they played it really safe too. Again, it's another retro jersey I don't feel any feelings for. It's not bad. It ain't great. It's an okay jersey. I same thing. And, they reversed. They have black shoulders, white pinstripe. They're solid orange. They're classic solid orange for their chest. Mm-hmm. I thought it'd be really cool if they threw on the older logo.
Yeah, they went with their modern logo, but they went with the jersey that was from 1982 to 2007. It's that solid color treatment that you just described. And I couldn't tell you that it was a reverse retro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once again, it's a very nice jersey. It's very appropriate. If that was their jersey today or they brought out tomorrow, I wouldn't have really connected it to another jersey as a reverse retro. I would have appropriately thought this is their jersey. This is their third jersey, and this is what they're rocking.
Yeah, that's exactly. You put it perfect. It just looks like a third jersey. It just looks like a normal jersey. I couldn't tell you it was a throwback without even doing some serious research. Actually, when they hit the ice initially on Lake Tahoe, I didn't even realize that was a retro until the announcer said it. Then I really started taking it in, and it again, yeah, nothing special. Like, yeah, you could throw that on, and I would guess that you're wearing an early 2000s, late 90s Flyers jersey.
Yeah, but see, but the only like counteract to that is like those old jerseys never had black up on the shoulders. So they did do something that's never been done before, but like I said, it fits. It's just a normal Flyers jersey. The Flyers are not a team that goes crazy. They don't go out of the way. It's a very, very populous community that really loves their jerseys, and they just sort of picked a jersey that skates out on the ice and doesn't have to be a reverse retro, and it doesn't really sell to me that it is a reverse retro.
Yeah, Philly also didn't really have a lot of color palette to choose from. They're known for their three colors. They've been known for those three colors the whole franchise. And there's only so many combinations you can do. And yeah, they were putting a little bit of a corner there because you can't really introduce a new color for your retro.
No, you can't introduce a new color, and you have to pull from where other colors are, maybe in your history. But they only had the colors to play with, and I think it's a nice jersey. I would wear the jersey. I like the jersey. Is it a jersey that is a reverse retro? Yes, in the premise of the jersey that they took, the colors that they swapped, yes, it's a reverse retro. It's an appropriate jersey. It's nothing crazy. Middle of the pack. I do like it. I don't think that, they risked anything that's going to show like someone bad-mouthing the jersey, but they're also not risking something that says, hey, this is a must-buy. I got to go out and buy that jersey because it looks different than the other jerseys, the other tarps that I have in my closet. While you have Buffalo, who took this whole situation, this reverse retro, and they went with the butter knife jersey, and I don't really understand why they went with that logo.
Yeah. So for every viewer at home, if you follow the podcast, you follow us on this Tarp Talk, you're going to think that we're Buffalo Sabers fan. We talk about them a lot. We talk about them pretty highly. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of information right now. This was the jersey I was most excited for because I felt like they could have done something great here. Mm-hmm. Out of any franchise, they had, I think, the best opportunity to make something special, something unique, because they have a lot of logos. They got a lot of color palettes. They can do something great here, and I agree with you. The butter knife chest logo and the writing of Buffalo in the waist was a horrible idea. I was really looking for the Buffalo head.
Yeah, like Buffalo, at the beginning of the season, they said they were going from the ocean blue back to the royal blue, and the colors are way better. It's the Buffalo color. The dark blue, the ocean blue, it was nothing really it was an okay color. It wasn't anything that stood out. It wasn't anything that was like highlighted, but then they go to the red and black reverse retro style, right? The years from 1996 to 2006, when it was black, red, and white was their primary colors. Yeah, so they went with the third jersey that came out in 2001, the two sabers on the crest, and the goat head up on the shoulder. Yeah, I know it's a buffalo head, but
it's a bison.
Yeah, it's a bison head. It looks like a goat head, that charging goat. I do like the logo. I'm taking the piss a little bit here with it, but they should have gone with that. That is the primary logo, and just made it the royal blue and gold.
Yeah, it is a shoulder patch. It was so frustrating because they showed you how good it was, how good it looked, and it should have been the center crest.
It should have been.
And the Sabres should have been on the shoulders. It should have been completely swapped, and they should have ditched the writing of Buffalo along their waist. We know what team you are. You know, the only time you can have writing on a jersey is when it's diagonal across your chest. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really understand why in the 3 inches of blue that's on the bottom of the jersey, it was also on the third jersey in 2001. Why they need to sell to you that it's Buffalo. Go with a jersey that's writing, or go with a jersey that has a logo. The two sort of were just in case nobody knows what Sabres are, because we're the Buffalo Sabres, we're going to throw on a little Buffalo text there. And it's just a god-awful jersey. And then they made it royal blue and gold, and I think they missed the mark.
Yeah, they did. If they went with that center chest logo and easily get moved up to easily in the top 5 with what they've done, I don't know, it doesn't even go in the top 10 for me right now. They missed the mark. It was so frustrating when I saw the bison on the shoulder, because that's what I wanted as a center crest. And you came so close and almost did something there, Buffalo. You almost did. But yet again, you chose to let us down. Okay.
Yeah. And then you have this situation where you have this jersey, and I don't know anyone, we got a good friend. He's a huge Buffalo fan. He never
Abby with 2 B's.
Yeah, he never even. I don't think he has the Sabres crest logo in his collection. Mm-hmm. And now why does he want to have a royal blue one of it? You know what I mean? This away jersey with the Sabres logo. It's they missed the mark. They could have knocked it out of the park. They could have probably had maybe my top 5 jerseys here, and they threw it down the toilet for sure.
Yeah. Another team that always does the Hartford Whalers, they do a good jersey pattern. They do a good jersey. It looks good, the good colors. Every time Carolina chooses to wear it in past seasons, it looks great. I love it. It's phenomenal.
Yep.
When they did the reverse retro, it was going to be interesting what they were going to do. You got a little bit of red, you got the green. Where are they going to take this jersey? I actually thought, this is what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to do the Carolina Hurricanes jersey, just in the Hartford colors.
Okay.
And that's what I kind of felt that they were going to go with.
Sort of like a Minnesota vibe.
Yeah, exactly. It was, take the color scheme and then blend it in, change it up. And I actually felt like if Carolina did that, they could just stop there and, that'd be good enough. Maybe even throw on the little whale tail on the shoulders if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I actually thought the same thing. But I was actually thinking they were going to go a Carolina jersey in the Hartford colors.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's sort of what I was thinking of it. But then they ended up throwing it right back to a mishmash of a bunch of Hartford Whaler jerseys. And the Carolina Whalers, there's already resentment, within the Hartford New England family. They don't like constantly being reminded that the team packed up and moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. It's here we are again using the jersey. It's their heritage, and use your heritage for sure. The accolades of the team is still there, right? It's still the team that has the record for the oldest player to ever play in the NHL, and that was Gordie Howe in 1979, 1980. He was 52 years old, 10 months when he was playing. But the reverse jersey they used, they took this jersey from the first season when they went from the WHA as the New England Whalers, became the Hartford Whalers when they moved into the NHL, and then they threw on the logo from the last 5 seasons of the Hartford Whalers before they moved to Carolina, right? They threw in the gray from that time, also the only color that they share with the Carolina Hurricanes. And then they used the logo, the larger separation within the whale logo. They used that logo from the last 5 years of the Whalers, and they got rid of the original logo. So I'm sort of confused. It was a reverse retro that they used from the first year they entered the NHL as the Hartford Whalers, but then they mishmashed it with the last 5 seasons. So I'm a little confused there.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of this jersey at all. And it's just because of the gray. I look at it and it just reminds me of the Toronto trash jersey.
Okay.
It's the same gray. It's the same dirty gray. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a bold gray. It isn't an accent gray. It is a dull, dirty gray. It looks like a white jersey.
Soft gray.
Yeah, it looks like a white jersey left in the attic too long. And your grandmother was like, your grandfather wore this jersey.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. Like it still has the white highlights. I don't understand why the white highlights are there when you have the gray jersey. They threw the whale on the shoulder. Should they maybe gone with the whale as the actual primary logo? Gone a little risky there.
That would have been good. And I agree with you there. The white accent on that striping at the bottom of the jersey just adds to the dirty gray.
Yeah, it really highlights the gray when you have that very pure eggshell white wrapped around your jersey.
Yeah. So this one for me, this was a fail.
Okay.
It's
nothing special.
Yeah. Do you know what? I feel bad for saying that because you could definitely tell that they definitely tried. They tried to pull a little bit from everywhere. It just, they went one step too far. They got a little out of hand.
My question for you, though, is the Whalers logo, is it a good logo?
The Whalers logo is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. The Whalers logo is great. I would use it as a primary logo. I got no qualms against it. It is a great logo.
I think the Whalers logo is one of the best designed logo. You have the whale on the bottom in the sense of the text, the W. You have the H inside of it for Hartford, right? And then you have the whale tail highlighting the H. I think it's one of the best designed logos in the history of the NHL.
Yeah, it's great. I enjoy seeing it every year. They whip it out. And
how about Gordie Howe, eh?
What about Gordie Howe?
52 years old and then playing in the NHL.
Hey, it was a different league back then. I can tell you that.
No, definitely. And the whole saga that happened with him, his kids going and signing, and then he joining the team as well, and having, going out there and playing with your kids. I swear to God, that's every man's dream. You know what I mean? Making pro hockey and then playing with your kids.
Yeah. And especially taking on the NHL organization early on too.
Yeah.
That just, he was no pushover. He was a strong guy, strong individual. And you can just tell that by how old he is going out there playing the game.
Yeah. I got a question.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah.
Christmas colored jerseys.
Fantastic.
New Jersey, you like the jersey. I don't really know how to go with this. New Jersey, they came out with the primary green. They used the green before as a highlight, not the primary color.
Yep.
Now they have it as the primary color. They're reflecting the jersey that was used from 1982 to 1992. You like the jersey?
New Jersey did it so wrong and so bad that it's so good. The Christmas jersey, even New Jersey knows it's a bad jersey, look at this Christmas sweater, we're donning the jersey tonight, and then it's just Christmas trees emojis. At first I saw it, I'm like, nah, not good, not a big fan. I saw it on the players on the ice, and I need one. I love it. It's so good. It's so nice. That green is hideous. It is a hideous green.
It's not a nice green.
And I would love to have it hanging in my closet. I'd wear that around town. Not even a New Jersey fan, and I would tear around town in that jersey.
Really?
I love it. It's so good. I think the red, so you got your primary New Jersey logo. It's red.
Yep.
Then you got the red accents in the shoulder and the pinstripe, which just accents the logo. You know what I mean? It doesn't take you away. And that dark green kind of blends in, it kind of hides. And, being the Garden State, it's so good. It's so good. They should just keep this jersey around forever.
Yeah. So that's actually why New Jersey, they came from Colorado as the Rockies. Okay. They moved to New Jersey, relocate to New Jersey, the Garden State. And that's where the green comes from. Okay. It also comes from the Pine Barrens, which is the largest ecosystem on the Atlantic coast of the Pine Barrens. And that's where this whole green came from. So they're trying to really incorporate the state of New Jersey. The only crazy thing is, did you know that there was a devil that actually roamed the Pine Barrens in South Jersey?
No idea. Is that where the name comes from?
That's actually where the name comes from. In the early 1900s, there was this really weird looking animal. It's considered the New Jersey Devil, and it roamed the Pine Barrens. It's also New Jersey, the Garden State, and that's where they got the green from. I personally think that they missed out on really going deep into New Jersey's heritage. I think that if they just threw out a jersey that nobody was expecting with maybe the New Jersey logo, but threw out the Colorado Rockies jersey, or even going like really far back, going back to Kansas City, I think that would have been really, really crazy if they did that.
Do you know what? I know what you're saying, and I could almost agree with you. But if I did, then I wouldn't get this masterpiece of a jersey that they released.
You're kidding me. I don't know. I could picture Lanny McDonald, who played for the Colorado Rockies, coming out. You know how like Mario Lemieux with the Penguins, he highlighted the jersey, right? I think it would have been great marketing. You could have seen Lanny McDonald hold up the Colorado Rockies jersey, but with a New Jersey logo on it in the blue, yellow, and red colors that aren't really mixing together. And I think New Jersey should have gone with something like that for a reverse retro, gone deep into their heritage rather than having a dirty green jersey.
It's called the Garden State jersey, okay?
Okay, Rob. Here we go. Last episode, your top 5 were New York Rangers, Minnesota Wild, the Subway jersey, the LA Kings in the Royal Blue, which is the purple, the old Lakers colors, the Avalanche Nordiques, and the Vegas Golden Knights. Rob, what are your new top 5 reverse retro jerseys?
So the new top 5, you got to say goodbye to Vegas because there is a new jersey added. If you've been actually watching the episode, you would know. New Jersey Devils takes number 1.
You're gotta be kidding me, Rob. That is not even a nice jersey. It's disgusting.
It's so good.
It doesn't look, oh my God.
That's why it's so good. It's so disgusting. It's good.
Okay.
Lady Liberty, number 2, New York Rangers. Then you have the Minnesota Wild Subway jersey, sitting at number 3.
Okay.
LA Kings.
Yeah. The LA Lakers.
Got to keep them there.
Yeah.
And the Avalanche Nordiques.
Number 5.
But I do have to throw in this little tidbit about the LA Kings.
Okay.
It did take a step down for me when I saw them side by side with Minnesota.
Really?
It was just so much going on the ice. It just, great jerseys. They're both great jerseys. Love them both. Still top 5.
Yep.
Seeing them side by side, it was like studying for a test and you studied all the wrong material and these guys have hit the ice and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. You got the green, the yellow, the purple. Oh my God. That would have been, like nobody was working in the NHL network saying, hey, this should go on the ice together.
Yeah. Like you're literally sitting there and like you're a kid looking at the test and you don't know. You're like, I didn't study any of this, but you got to know what, you can't ask anyone. It's too late. You're sitting there looking around being like, what the hell's going on?
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel. We got a podcast out where we talk mainly fantasy hockey. It's called Draft Guys. It's on all platforms. We'd love to hear you guys, and if you guys have any comments, shout down in the bottom. Talk to us, and we might be doing an episode coming up here with favorite beer league jerseys. And if you got a beer league jersey, I would love it to be sent to us, and then we can do a review, and maybe we can find our top 5 beer league jerseys.